If you're a man over 50 who can't remember the last time you woke up with a rock-solid morning erection, I need you to stop what you're doing and listen to every word I'm about to say. What I'm going to share with you in the next few minutes could restore the kind of spontaneous, powerful erections you had as a teenager. And it all starts with a simple substance you place under your tongue right before bed. I'm Dr. Jennifer Blake, a board-certified urologist with over 20 years of experience specializing in men's sexual health. I've treated thousands of men struggling with erectile dysfunction, declining testosterone, and lost vitality. And after 2 decades in practice, I've discovered something that most doctors either don't know about or won't tell you because there's no profit in it for the pharmaceutical industry. The truth is, you don't need expensive prescription drugs. You don't need painful injections or embarrassing medical devices. What you need is a natural compound that works with your body's own mechanisms to restore the nitric oxide levels, hormonal balance, and vascular health that made morning erections an everyday occurrence when you were younger. Morning wood, or what we call nocturnal penile tumescence in medical terms, is one of the most important indicators of male sexual health. It's not just about sex. Those spontaneous nighttime and early morning erections are your body's way of maintaining erectile tissue health, ensuring proper oxygenation of the penile chambers, and signaling that your cardiovascular system is functioning optimally. When morning erections disappear, it's often the first warning sign that something is seriously wrong with your vascular health, your hormone levels, or both. Most men dismiss it as normal aging, but I'm here to tell you that losing your morning wood is not normal and it's not something you have to accept. Let me explain what's really happening inside your body when those morning erections vanish. First and foremost, you're dealing with compromised blood flow. The arteries that supply blood to your penis are some of the smallest in your body, typically only about 1 to 2 millimeters in diameter. As you age, these tiny arteries become clogged with plaque, just like the larger arteries leading to your heart. This arterial plaque is made up of oxidized cholesterol, calcium deposits, inflammatory cells, and cellular debris. As it accumulates on the arterial walls, it narrows the channel through which blood can flow. Think of it like mineral deposits building up inside a water pipe. Eventually, the pipe becomes so narrow that water can barely trickle through. When the arteries to your penis are clogged, blood simply cannot flow in fast enough or in sufficient volume to create and maintain an erection. This is especially true for the spontaneous erections that occur during REM sleep, which are driven by natural surges in nitric oxide production that happen throughout the night. Nitric oxide is absolutely critical to understand. This is a molecule that your endothelial cells, the cells lining your blood vessels, produce naturally. Nitric oxide signals the smooth muscle cells in your arterial walls to relax and dilate. When nitric oxide levels are high, your blood vessels open wide and blood flows freely. When nitric oxide levels are depleted, your blood vessels remain constricted and rigid. As you age, your body's ability to produce nitric oxide dramatically declines. This happens for several reasons. Oxidative stress damages the endothelial cells that produce nitric oxide. Chronic inflammation interferes with the enzymes needed to synthesize nitric oxide. And deficiencies in certain vitamins and amino acids deprive your body of the raw materials it needs to manufacture nitric oxide. On top of this vascular problem, you're also dealing with hormonal decline. Testosterone production drops by about 1 to 2% every year after age 30. By the time you're 60 or 70, you might have less than half the testosterone you had in your 20s. Testosterone is essential for maintaining erectile tissue health, supporting nitric oxide production, and driving the sexual arousal that triggers erections. But it's not just about total testosterone. The real issue is bioavailable testosterone, the testosterone that's actually free to be used by your cells, rather than bound up by proteins in your blood. Many older men have testosterone levels that look acceptable on paper, but their bioavailable testosterone is severely depleted. Then there's the issue of estrogen. As men age, an enzyme called aromatase converts more and more of their testosterone into estrogen. High estrogen levels in men cause erectile dysfunction, reduced libido, weight gain, mood problems, and even breast tissue development. It's a vicious cycle. Low testosterone gets converted to estrogen, which further suppresses testosterone production. Add to this the problem of chronic inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation damages your blood vessels, disrupts hormone production, and creates oxidative stress that accelerates every aspect of aging. Many men also struggle with insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome, which further impair vascular and erectile function. Your prostate health plays a role too. An enlarged prostate, which affects most men over 60, can interfere with the nerves and blood vessels involved in erectile function. Prostate inflammation creates pelvic congestion and disrupts the delicate balance of blood flow in the pelvic region. So when you put all of this together, you understand why morning erections disappear. Clogged arteries, depleted nitric oxide, falling testosterone, rising estrogen, chronic inflammation, and prostate problems all conspire to rob you of the spontaneous, powerful erections that signal optimal male health. Now, when men come to my office with these complaints, conventional medicine has a very limited toolkit. The first thing most doctors do is write a prescription for VIAGRA or CIALIS. And yes, these medications can sometimes help. They work by blocking an enzyme that breaks down the chemical signals involved in achieving an erection. But here's what you need to understand about these drugs. They are not a cure. They do not address any of the underlying problems I just described. They do not clear plaque from your arteries. They do not boost your nitric oxide production long term. They do not raise your testosterone or balance your hormones. They simply force blood into your penis for a few hours through an artificial chemical mechanism. And the limitations of these drugs are significant. First, you have to plan sexual activity around taking a pill. You need to take it 30 minutes to an hour before sex. There's nothing spontaneous or natural about it. If you don't take the pill, you don't get the erection. Second, these medications come with a long list of side effects. Headaches, facial flushing, indigestion, nasal congestion, back pain, muscle aches, vision disturbances, and dizziness are all common. Some men experience more serious side effects like sudden hearing loss, priapism, or dangerous interactions with other medications. Third, these pills are extraordinarily expensive. Brand name Viagra can cost $50 to $70 per pill. Even generic versions run $10 to $20 per pill. If you're sexually active several times a week, you're looking at hundreds of dollars every month, thousands of dollars every year. Fourth, and this is critical, these medications do nothing to restore your natural morning erections. They only work when you consciously take them. They don't restore your body's natural erectile function. They don't heal the damage that's been done. They're a temporary override of a broken system. Some doctors recommend testosterone replacement therapy, but testosterone injections and gels come with serious risks. They can cause blood clots, heart attacks, strokes, severe acne, mood swings, aggression, prostate problems, and testicular atrophy. Your body becomes dependent on the external testosterone and stops producing its own. It's a lifelong commitment with potentially dangerous consequences. Other doctors suggest vacuum pumps, penile injections, or even surgical implants. These options are invasive, expensive, and often psychologically damaging. Many men feel emasculated by having to rely on mechanical devices or needles to achieve an erection. So conventional medicine offers you expensive, side effect-laden, temporary solutions that don't restore your natural function and don't address the root causes of erectile decline. Is it any wonder that so many men feel hopeless and resigned to a life without vitality? But here's where everything changes. After treating thousands of patients and studying the scientific literature on natural compounds that support vascular and hormonal health, I discovered something remarkable. A specific combination of nutrients, taken sublingually, meaning dissolved under your tongue right before bed, can trigger a dramatic restoration of nitric oxide production, hormonal balance, and spontaneous erectile function. The key ingredient I'm talking about is a combination of L-ARGININE and L-CITRULLINE in a precise ratio, enhanced with vitamin B12 and folate. Now, I know that might sound complicated, But stay with me because the science behind this is absolutely fascinating, and the results I've seen in my patients are nothing short of remarkable. Let me explain exactly why this works and why taking it sublingually at night is so powerful. L-arginine is an amino acid that serves as the direct precursor to nitric oxide in your body. When you have adequate L-arginine, your endothelial cells can produce abundant nitric oxide, which relaxes and dilates your blood vessels. L-CITRULLINE is another amino acid that your body converts into L-arginine, but it does so more efficiently than taking L-arginine alone. Here's why this combination is so brilliant. When you take L-arginine orally by swallowing it, much of it gets broken down in your digestive system before it reaches your bloodstream. But when you take L-CITRULLINE, it bypasses this first-pass metabolism and gets converted to L-arginine in your kidneys, providing a sustained release of this critical amino acid. By combining both L-arginine and L-citrulline, you get an immediate boost from the L-arginine, plus a sustained release from the citrulline. It's like having both a sprint and a marathon runner on your team. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Vitamin B12 and folate are essential cofactors for the enzyme that converts L-arginine into nitric oxide. Without adequate B12 and folate, your body simply cannot produce nitric oxide efficiently, no matter how much L-arginine you consume. Many older men are deficient in these vitamins, which compounds their erectile problems. When you combine these 4 nutrients in the right ratio and take them sublingually, meaning you dissolve them under your tongue, they bypass your digestive system entirely and absorb directly into your bloodstream through the mucous membranes in your mouth. This provides rapid, efficient absorption and higher bioavailability than taking pills that you swallow. And here's the critical timing factor. When you take this combination right before bed, you're timing it perfectly to coincide with your body's natural nocturnal surge in nitric oxide production. During REM sleep, which occurs in cycles throughout the night, your body naturally increases nitric oxide synthesis. This is what triggers those spontaneous nighttime and morning erections. By providing your body with a concentrated dose of the exact nutrients it needs to produce nitric oxide right before you enter those REM cycles, you're supercharging your body's natural erectile mechanisms. It's like adding premium fuel right when your engine is about to start. Studies have shown that L-arginine supplementation can significantly improve erectile function in men with mild to moderate erectile dysfunction. Research on L-citrulline has demonstrated improvements in erection hardness and frequency. Vitamin B12 and folate have been shown to support cardiovascular health and improve endothelial function. When you combine all of these nutrients and take them sublingually at bedtime, you create the perfect conditions for restored morning erections. The nutrients flood into your bloodstream just as you're falling asleep. Throughout the night, as you cycle through REM sleep, your body has abundant raw materials to produce massive amounts of nitric oxide. Your blood vessels dilate fully. Blood flows freely into your erectile tissue. And you wake up with the kind of rock-hard morning erection you haven't experienced in years or even decades. But the benefits go beyond just morning wood. The sustained increase in nitric oxide production improves blood flow throughout your entire body. Your cardiovascular health improves. Your blood pressure may come down, your energy levels increase, your mental clarity sharpens, and your overall erectile function improves dramatically, not just in the morning, but throughout the day. The L-arginine also stimulates the release of growth hormone during deep sleep. Growth hormone helps maintain muscle mass, burn fat, strengthen bones, and support overall vitality. It's another reason why timing this supplementation at bedtime is so powerful. Over time, with consistent nightly use, this protocol can actually start to reverse some of the vascular damage that's accumulated over the years. The antioxidant effects of improved nitric oxide production help protect your endothelium from further damage. The enhanced blood flow helps prevent and even reduce arterial plaque. Your body's natural healing mechanisms get a chance to repair what's been broken. Think of it this way. Taking Viagra is like using a powerful external pump to force water through a clogged pipe. It works temporarily, but the pipe is still clogged. Taking this sublingual combination is like using a natural solvent that gradually cleans the pipe from the inside, while also increasing your body's natural water pressure. You're addressing the root cause, not just forcing a temporary result. Now let me give you the exact protocol I recommend to my patients. You need to obtain high-quality L-ARGININE powder, L-CITRULLINE powder, vitamin B12 in methylcobalamin form, and folate in METHYLFOLATE form. These are all available at any health food store or online. Here's the precise formula. Combine 2 grams of L-ARGININE powder, 1 gram of L-CITRULLINE powder, 1,000 micrograms of vitamin B12, and 400 micrograms of folate. Mix these together thoroughly. You can prepare several doses at once and store them in small containers. Every night, about 30 minutes before you plan to go to sleep, place this mixture under your tongue. Let it dissolve slowly over the course of 5 to 10 minutes. Do not swallow it right away. The sublingual absorption is critical. Let it sit under your tongue, allowing the nutrients to absorb through the mucous membranes directly into your bloodstream. After about 10 minutes, you can swallow whatever remains, then go through your normal bedtime routine and go to sleep. That's it. It's simple, but the effects are profound. Some important notes about preparation and usage. First, make sure you're buying pure, pharmaceutical-grade amino acid powders. Low-quality supplements may contain fillers or contaminants that reduce effectiveness. Look for products that are third-party tested for purity. Second, consistency is absolutely critical. You need to do this every single night, not just occasionally. Your body needs a steady supply of these nutrients to restore optimal function. Skipping nights will dramatically reduce your results. Third, take this on an empty stomach or at least 2 hours after eating. Food in your stomach can interfere with absorption even though you're taking it sublingually. Fourth, stay well hydrated. Nitric oxide production requires adequate hydration. Make sure you're drinking at least 8 glasses of water throughout the day. One common mistake men make is not holding the mixture under their tongue long enough. You really need to let it sit there for the full 5 to 10 minutes. I know it's not the most pleasant taste, but the sublingual absorption is what makes this protocol so effective. If you swallow it immediately, you lose much of the benefit. Another mistake is using the wrong forms of B12 and folate. You need methylcobalamin B12, not cyanocobalamin. You need methylfolate, not folic acid. The methylated forms are much more bioavailable and effective, especially in older men who may have genetic variations that impair their ability to convert standard forms of these vitamins. Some men also try to take too much, thinking more is better. But the dosages I've given you are optimal. Taking significantly more won't produce better results and may cause side effects like stomach upset or headaches. So what can you expect in terms of results? Many of my patients report noticeable changes within just a few days. Within the first 48 to 72 hours, you may notice improved sleep quality and a general sense of increased energy and well-being. This is the improved nitric oxide production beginning to affect your entire system. By day 3 to 5, most men experience their first strong morning erection. For many, it's been months or years since they've woken up with a spontaneous, firm erection. That first morning, when you wake up and realize your body is responding again, is often an emotional moment. It's a signal that your erectile function is being restored. Within the first week, morning erections typically become consistent. You're waking up most mornings with noticeable firmness. You may also start to notice improvements in erectile function during the day. Arousal comes more easily. Erections are firmer. Sensitivity may increase. By week 2 to 3, the results become even more dramatic. Morning erections are not just present but powerful, approaching or matching the quality you experienced in your younger years. Your overall erectile function during intimate moments improves significantly. Many men find they no longer need to rely on Viagra or other medications. By the 1-month mark, you're looking at substantial restoration of spontaneous erectile function. Your body's natural nitric oxide production has increased significantly. Your endothelial function has improved. Blood flow to your pelvic region is much healthier. You're experiencing regular, strong morning erections and reliable performance during intimacy. Beyond 1 month, continued use provides ongoing benefits and may actually help reverse vascular damage. Many of my patients report that their results continue to improve for several months as their cardiovascular health steadily gets better. Patients also report increased confidence, improved mood, better energy levels throughout the day, and much greater satisfaction in their intimate relationships. Partners notice the difference too, not just in physical performance, but in the renewed sense of vitality and masculine confidence. Now let me give you some additional tips to maximize your results. First, incorporate foods rich in nitric oxide precursors into your diet. Beets, leafy greens, pomegranates, and watermelon are all excellent sources of nutrients that support nitric oxide production. Second, get regular exercise, particularly cardiovascular exercise. Physical activity naturally boosts nitric oxide production and improves vascular health. Even just 30 minutes of brisk walking daily can significantly enhance your results. Third, manage your stress levels. Chronic stress increases cortisol, which suppresses testosterone and interferes with erectile function. Practice stress reduction techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or yoga. What should you avoid? First, limit or eliminate alcohol, especially in the evenings. Alcohol suppresses testosterone production and can interfere with the nitric oxide pathways this protocol is designed to enhance. Second, avoid high-sodium processed foods. Excess sodium damages your endothelium and reduces nitric oxide production. It also contributes to high blood pressure and vascular problems. Third, stay away from foods high in L-ARGININE degrading compounds. Certain nuts and seeds, particularly peanuts, contain compounds that break down L-ARGININE before your body can use it. Minimize these while on this protocol. If you're taking medications for blood pressure or heart conditions, particularly nitrates, you need to consult your doctor before starting this protocol. The combination of nitric oxide boosting supplements with certain cardiac medications can cause blood pressure to drop too low. Men, what I've shared with you today has the potential to completely transform your sexual health and your overall quality of life. Losing your morning erections is not normal. It's not something you have to accept, and you don't need expensive drugs or invasive treatments to restore them. This simple sublingual protocol, taken every night before bed, gives your body exactly what it needs to produce abundant nitric oxide, support healthy hormone levels, and restore the spontaneous, powerful erections you thought were gone forever. I urge you to start this tonight. Get the ingredients you need and commit to doing this consistently for at least 1 month. I'm confident you're going to be amazed at the results. If this video has been valuable to you, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I share evidence-based natural health information that can change your life. And leave a comment below saying, "I'm starting today." That helps other men find this critical information. Remember, you deserve to feel vibrant, confident, and fully capable in every aspect of your life. Your partner deserves to be with a man who has the vitality and performance to match his love and desire. Don't let another night go by without taking action. Please remember, this is not medical advice. Always consult your personal physician before trying any new remedy. Thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Jennifer Blake, and I'll see you in the next video.